Welcome back! Today we are going to take a look at the Spaceship interface project in the Arduino Project Book. This is the first project where we'll be programming the board and using the Arduino IDE. For this project we'll be using a switch, 3 LEDs, 2 red and 1 green, and some resistors. Let's start by building our board. First, I'm going to connect my ground and 5 volt to the breadboard's power bus. Next, I'm going to connect my LEDs. I'll connect my first red LED's anode to pin 3 on the board. The second red LED's anode will be connected to pin 4, and then the green LED to pin 5. The cathodes of these LEDs are going to connect to a 220 ohm resistor that will be connected to the ground. See how I'm connecting the resistors to the negative ground instead of the positive 5 volt. As long as the resistor is included in the circuit, it'll adjust the voltage for the entire circuit. I know this seems a little counterintuitive. Lastly, I'm going to hook up the switch. The top leg will connect to the 5 volt with a jump wire. The bottom leg is going to connect to pin 2 on the board with a 10k ohm resistor, which again is connected to the ground on the power bus. That's it for all our connections. Now we get to cover the breadboard with our Spaceship interface template. As you can see here, I was having issues with the jump wires I was using, so I swapped them out for the ones that came with the kit. Now we get to have some fun with coding the board. When you open your first sketch, you'll see 2 main functions, setup and loop. Setup runs only once in the program, and loop will run continuously. We are first going to declare a variable called switch state. This variable will end up telling the board whether or not the button is being pushed. We set this to 0 to begin with. For our setup function, we are going to assign our digital pins as either input or output. Our LEDs will be our output pins, and the switch will be the input. For our loop, we are going to value the switch state that we created at the very beginning to read pin 2. We are going to use an if-else statement in our loop to determine what the LED's actions are according to the switch state. If the switch state is equal to low or not being pushed, then the LED's green light will be on and the red lights will be off. Else, the red lights attached to pin 5 will be on, green will be off, and then the red lights will toggle back and forth from being on and off, creating an urgent blinking of red lights. These delay functions is what makes our lights toggle back and forth. Notice how I have a couple errors in my if-else statement. One of the errors is that low should be capitalized all the way, and I'm missing one of my parentheses brackets after if. The Arduino IDE will catch this and it'll give us a compilation error when I go to upload the program, so I will have to fix this. So let's test the project to see if it's in working order by uploading the program to our board. As you can see, something is amiss because we have our blinking lights already, so let me figure out what's going on. Oops, it looks like the resistor is hooked up to the voltage instead of the ground like it needs to be. I'll just fix that really quick. All fixed. Now we can engage in hyperdrive. joining me today. I hope you found this somewhat helpful. Our next project will be Project 3, which is a levometer. We'll be working with a temperature sensor and more coding in the Arduino IDE.